Why is the Aboriginal community running a homeless camp in a park in Vancouver, Canada? Vancouver's Mayor Gregor Robertson promised to end street homelessness by 2015, but according to the last homeless count, street homelessness has almost doubled since last year. In mid-July, homeless people began setting up tents in Oppenheimer Park, in the heart of Vancouver's downtown east side. The city tried to evict the tenters on July 20th, but the Aboriginal community stepped in. Vancouver is on unceded Aboriginal territory, which means that Aboriginal communities never legally gave up the land that Vancouver sits on. As the true owners of the land, a group of Aboriginal elders and leaders ordered the city out of the park and set up a camp. The city has backed down for now, and camp leaders have been having cordial discussions with city officials concerning the running of the camp and locating housing for the homeless people in the camp. The Aboriginals' camp forms a small circle in the middle of the park. All homeless people are welcome in the camp, provided that they are not under the influence of drugs or alcohol. There is a kitchen, a longhouse, and a sacred fire in the middle of the camp. I was not permitted to video the sacred fire.
This longhouse is our temple, and the sacred fire is prayers and energy and strength and power from the Creator.
There are many people camping in the park, but outside the Aboriginals' camp. Many in this outer ring of tents have drug or alcohol issues. However, some choose to camp on the outside for other reasons, such as better shade from the sun.
50 days ago, I was walking by Oppenheimer Park and I noticed 4 park rangers and 1 Oppenheimer Park staff member going around handing out notices to those that were camped here.
The park sport was handing out eviction notices to the people that were sleeping in Oppenheimer Park. So we decided that we're going to set up Tent City here. That's how it started.
A few days later, they sent us an eviction notice, and basically we sent an eviction notice back.
We're doing our best to support all the homeless that comes here. We started off with 3 tents. It started to grow. I've lost count of how many tents have gone up.
I mean, we meet with the city at least once a week, if not twice a week, and we talk about some of the stuff that's really needed. I've given them a list of 20 sites that the city can buy and use for safe low-income housing, and I've also given them a list of 53 privately owned SROs that need fixing up.
Hopefully we could get more tents donated because we're really short of tents. We've had people sleeping on the ground.
So right now we just finished a meeting with the Vancouver Parks and Vancouver Fire Department, and one of the things that was all commonly agreed upon was the safety of the camp. And so what they wanted to make sure was they wanted to do a non-intrusive sort of mini inspection of tents to make sure that people aren't smoking in their tents or nobody's left alone. Right now today's concern was just the safety of people, which was shown with a great amount of respect. So it's a bridge building sort of mechanism that'll help establish more solid ground for people in the near future.
And you've suffered homelessness as well.
Yes.
Experienced it as well.
I was couch surfing, plus I was working at the fish plant in North Shore. Finally, I got a little place, like a storage space, and it was free because I had cleaned the hallways and the stairwells for the elder couple that were looking after the apartment. Being homeless is really stressful, really painful, and it can create hardship with others, because you're couch surfing, right? I feel the pain for the people that are homeless here with the hardships that they're going through.
I have noticed that people who are homeless usually have had some horrendous experiences, often in early childhood. I asked Stella if she had been sent to residential school.
Yeah, I am a survivor of the residential school. I was living with my gramps at the time. I was a happy child there. But my whole life changed when I got to the residential school. I was hit in the ears, dragged by my ears, lifted up by my ears, and they had damaged my eardrums because of all the blood drainage that was coming out of my ears. They'd stick swabs in my ears, and I guess even make it bleed more. I don't know.
Wow. And so were you deaf when you left school?
Yes, I was.
And you've had to learn sign language and read lips?
Yes.
One thing under discussion was the washrooms.
That's the whole thing. Like, to do the right thing, we have to do something as dignifying as that to get them.
The city had attempted to close the washrooms. Brody had occupied the men's washroom and forced the city to keep it open.
Basically, he occupied it at closing time and let the staff member know that I wasn't leaving.
But the women's washroom was locked. And this was creating problems for women in the camp.
I think we're successful now in getting the city to recognize that they need to open up both bathrooms. It's kind of irresponsible to open up one bathroom where it's going to create a tension between sexes, male and female use of the bathroom.
One thing that I really need to get across is we need homes, and we need them now. So I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere until everybody's home. When the longhouse comes down and the sacred fire goes to sleep, that's when we're leaving, and when all the people have homes.